Hello and welcome to the channel. So with the rise of generative AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini and Perplexity, everyone is seemingly more panicked because in the last 3-4 months of 2024 we saw a large increase in referral traffic coming through these tools to a majority of websites. People are starting to normalize the use of AI to increasingly look for and research topics, ask questions, create content, generally turning to this ahead of traditional methods like Google, and even in some cases turning to this ahead of things like TikTok. Now, even traditional search platforms like Google and Bing are integrating AI features, gradually introducing innovations. And as the mass market does become more comfortable and more trusting of AI, we'll see this continue to increase. In terms of where I feel that is, in my opinion, if we use the SATA model of adoption, we're currently, in my opinion, half in the resistance stage still and moving into chaos. The old status quo is ending, but there's still an element of resistance to this. But we are very much entering the chaos phase before we start to develop what a new status quo looks like. It's far too early to say this is the new normal. So alongside things like AI overviews, Google is also testing other features in Google Labs, such as virtual try-on, the VTO, Google Learn About, which is a phenomenal research tool and I think would be very impactful to the education space should it be made public. And we're also creating many new ways to interact with information, especially around product research, shopping, etc. So this shift presents brands with an opportunity to influence AI-generated content as best we can. Now, the term which we seem to be using across the SEO industry is Generative Engine Optimization, so GEO. We've also at SALT been calling it Online Discovery Optimization, so ODO, and how this is actually more than just targeting keywords and writing content for traffic. It's actually focusing more on the marketing elements of what SEO is, as opposed to the siloed SEO tactics and checklists of old that we worked on for the last 10, 15 years. So generative engine optimization is an approach theoretically designed to influence how generative AI tools and AI-powered search engines discuss brands, return information, and even individuals. So GEO, in theory, as a practice, will enhance brand visibility and can help you assert preferred narratives in AI-generated responses, helping businesses maintain a level of brand touch point and visibility in these new tools, which we still are in the infancy of being able to track. It is important to caveat that while brands can't directly control AI-generated results, much like organic search rankings, in fact even less so than organic search rankings, we can still influence AI outputs by trying to shape the available information that the AI relies on and what sources they get it from. So whilst SEO focuses on ranking the content in traditional search engines like Google, Bing, Yandex, Baidu, etc., GEO is influencing the narratives that generative AI creates. Though different in execution, the two strategies do heavily complement each other. A lot of early research suggests that being present in generative AI results and in LLM results is very much the same as being present and good at creating engaging content in marketing in SEO. It isn't a reinvention of a wheel, it's an evolution of a wheel and how we go about approaching things. And mainly I see this more as an attribution issue than a marketing issue per se. So generative AI tools analyze vast amounts of data. They have active crawlers, they have learning sets. The content they produce very much does depend on those two factors. Like I said, the training data and the information available online through crawlers. Now, a lot of websites have taken to blocking a number of AI crawlers, thus limiting their information gain, which, if that's the tactic you wish to take, great. It could be for legal reasons, it could be things, but there's also an opportunity, in my opinion, missed there to actually shape and potentially prevent any misinformation. So we, in my opinion, should view AI as a data-driven tool that requires a high-quality, authoritative, and reliable input to generate an accurate and meaningful output. AI-generated content is also becoming more pivotal as a touch point in the customer journey. As I said and have said in other videos, not only are we seeing people move away from the traditional search journey of going like straight to Google and Bing, people are integrating ChatGPT, Perplexity into their research tools. I myself am using Google for different things to what I used to use ChatGPT for. But this isn't just a shift that's been happening now. This is a shift that's been happening for a while because people have been moving to things like TikTok and LinkedIn and X to find information. Now, we entered the argument of, is TikTok a search engine or not? Well, technically, no, it's just another platform in which people can get information. The wider picture here is that the way that users and people are interacting with the internet as a whole is evolving. It's just a different phase and a different speed to what we're used to. So, from reviewing data, from looking at a different number of studies, both we've conducted at SALT and what other people have conducted in the industry, who we're forever grateful for taking time to do so, one of the main things we're seeing across AI optimization is consistency, and having a consistent, thought out brand strategy and just an alignment across all marketing communications channels. All the content from website materials to social media posts, third-party references needs to align with the core messaging, SEO included. This is how I mean that as SEOs, we're now having to step back more into the marketing world and not being a siloed SEO channel anymore. Collaborating with external platforms, reinforcing a brand story, creating a cohesive network of references that the AI tools can access and rely on. So this is almost like digital PR at scale. We historically have just looked at it from a link and placement perspective, but now it's also about building the entities, about building the notability, building the prize. The authority and expertise are very key to this. We also find a trend that generative AI engines tend to prioritize trustworthy results. Now, whether or not this is the same principles as what Google has established with the EAT, so EAT, or even a very simple base metric as what we used to see with PageRank, and it just being about the number of votes, number of placements, or like volume versus velocity versus quality arguments with links. But this applies not only to own content, but also to credible citations. We need our content to maintain that and actually have visibility. From an on-page perspective, we need to have clear content structures. We need to enhance effectiveness. Whether or not we want to fall into the camp of structured data being vital or not, it's still a nice little best practice to have, whether or not it is a label or it actually is impactful. But the more digestible and structured content is, it correlates with the more likely that it's going to be referenced in responses. So moving away from keywords to key phrases and actually having that ability to have the influence of brand targeting rights. How is the AI phrasing something? How are people phrasing something? If you were to answer the question verbally, how would you answer it different verbally to how you would written format? And making sure that is clear and across for AI tools to understand. Now, given all this being said, SEO still plays a key role in not only AI overviews, but also in third-party LLMs as well. Our early researchers for SEO and technical SEO still continue to influence AI overviews and LLM-generated search results. And while there is some difference between web pages cited as sources within AI overviews and those that rank in classic search, ensuring that Google and other LLM user agents can crawl and process a website content still remains essential. There are still fundamental technical elements of how the internet works, which aren't changing potentially anytime soon, and definitely haven't changed with this evolution of AI. What it does, however, do is that GEO represents a new challenge for brands looking to engage with their audience in this AI-driven era. But by integrating both offensive and defensive GEO strategies alongside traditional SEO, we believe brands can ensure their presence and messaging remain consistent across both traditional search and emerging AI platforms to maintain visibility and to maintain positive brand and new-to-brand touchpoints. Now, the future of search is evolving, and brands that invest in shaping their AI-generated narratives today will be better positioned, in my opinion, to maintain visibility and authority as we enter basically as we cross the chasm, as we enter the new status quo, however soon that may be, with AI-generated tools taking on a more normalized view for users. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and other videos on the SALT channel, please do drop this video a like and consider hitting the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching.